My question to you is, if we're saying the Trump administration is failing to act, why isn't Congress stepping in?
Well, first, I'll say that Congress has stepped in to the extent that we did actually come together 2 months ago and pass unanimously a very large package of relief and support for state and local governments, for hospitals, funding for testing, for the development of vaccines. But bluntly, Ian, the chaotic and uncoordinated federal response when it came to testing, when it came to PPE, personal protective equipment, when it came to just setting and keeping a standard, really rests at the feet of President Trump. The CDC puts out guidance, Dr. Fauci gives briefings, and then President Trump just bluntly ignores the advice of his most senior scientists and public health advisors. One of the things that has most concerned and alarmed me is President Trump's decision to try and withdraw the United States from the World Health Organization. I'm not even sure he has the legal authority to do that. So Congress has acted and will act again to provide relief, support, and assistance. But we frankly have failed to rein in the president's rambling and incoherent briefings and his routine bad example in terms of his public health practices. And that's frankly largely because Republican leaders in the Senate and Republican governors around the country have followed his lead rather than following the science.
He can't leave, not for a year anyway, so you're right about that in terms of legal authority on the WHO. Absolutely true that one of the positive moments in this crisis has been Senate, House, and executive coming together with the initial relief and stimulus. Everyone out there economically is saying we're going to need an awful lot more. The lift is only getting harder. How comfortable, confident are you right now looking ahead at the next month, 2 months, that we're going to get another $1 trillion plus? And what do you think that package looks like if it happens?
I do think we'll get another round of relief, if nothing else, because the headwinds for both Trump's reelection and Republicans retaining the majority in the Senate and for the economy are getting stronger and stronger. There are funds that remain unspent in programs like the Paycheck Protection Program for small businesses, but there are critical ways in which the PPP has failed to address some of the real concerns that I've tried to prioritize: access to credit for minority-owned, veteran-owned, women-owned, or very small businesses. And there's other programs like the EIDL or the Emergency Impact Disaster Loan that really have failed to get off the ground at all. I do think that Republicans, led by Majority Leader McConnell, are drafting this week and next week what will be the next package. And then there will be a week or two of vigorous negotiations with Speaker Pelosi, and Minority Leader Schumer and the White House. I think in the end, we will see some aid to state and local governments, some additional individual stimulus checks or relief support, some solution around the extension of unemployment, and some kind of a back-to-work bonus and support for training. There are a lot of other questions, though. Will there be relief for renters and for mortgage holders? Will there be relief and funding for schools to reopen in the fall and for daycares? If we can't safely reopen schools and universities, that's going to have a huge impact on employment and on the economy and on confidence. And then last, will there be any real federal coordination around a national stockpile and around distributing critically needed personal protective equipment and medical supplies at exactly a time when we are seeing not just the control of the virus, but the virus now exploding to the worst it's ever been in the United States?